Welcome to Real Talk Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi and today we have author, blogger, fitness champ and fit mom Kristine Fretwell on the show. Welcome Kristine, how are you?
I'm great, thank you, Miriam. Thanks for having me. It's very exciting to be a part of your show. It's a great thing that you're doing. I love it.
You're most welcome. So tell us, Kristine, how did you get interested in health and fitness?
Well, it's been a long time coming. My mom was quite into health. So growing up, I just grew up in a healthy house. So, she was always making healthy food and making healthy choices for the family. So it was something I was always around. I remember going into health food stores from a very, very young age. So I kind of grew up around it. And I got more into fitness myself when I had my first daughter, because like most moms, I was paranoid about not getting back into shape after having a baby. So I really got kind of more serious into fitness, in particular after I had my daughter. But growing up, I was active. I mean, I danced for 18 years doing various kinds of dance, and I always had an active childhood. So I was doing dance, gymnastics, and various sports and things in school. So had a pretty active life as well. So it was something I kind of grew up around.
Oh, that's great. And on your website, you talk about how in your teenage years, you ate a lot of unhealthy food to fit in, trying to eat what your friends were eating. And finally, that resulted in you being sick a lot. Tell us what you discovered when you went to a doctor.
Well, I first actually started going to a naturopath because I just got a lot of uncomfortable feelings like after eating certain foods, and I wasn't really sure exactly what it was. So my mom, of course, being the healthy person that she was, suggested going to a naturopath to kind of get to the root of the problem. And it ended up being some food sensitivities. So yeah, I basically had to get off all the junk food that I was eating, that my friends were eating, right? So because I had an active life, I didn't really have to worry about weight as a teen because I was so active. So, my friends were eating pizza and chips and chocolate bars. I was just, doing the same as they were, not knowing that it was actually causing my body some serious harm because my body was totally reacting to it. So once I shaped up and, learned about proper nutrition more and what foods agreed with me and what didn't, then I definitely was on a road to better health for sure.
So you had sensitivities to 26 different foods. For those who might not know the difference, what is the difference between a sensitivity and an allergy when it comes to food?
Well, I mean, the big difference is if you have an actual allergy, then you will have like an anaphylactic reaction to it. So meaning you might need to go to the hospital, like for people that have allergies to peanuts and seafood and things like that, where you need to carry an EpiPen with you to inject yourself if you happen to eat one of those foods. Whereas a food sensitivity is more so you might get some sort of reaction to a food. So you might get some digestive distress, which is mainly what my problem was. Or you might get skin reactions, or a lot of people claim they get like mental sort of reactions to it. Like, certain foods might make them depressed over time, things like that. So yeah, there is a difference, but I mean, it's still a negative effect on the body, but it's harder to diagnose. It's harder to find because it could be in many different things. So you might have to go through a laundry list of foods to try and figure out what the real problem is.
Right. Over time, you change your nutrition and you would work out, but not very consistently, right? When did things
Yes.
change? When did things change, and how did you end up choosing health as a career path?
Well, I guess it changed when I got more serious into fitness. So after having my daughter, and that's when I started training for the fitness competition, which was a suggestion of the trainer that I was working with at the time. I never thought it was something I would really be able to do or even get in that good of a shape to do. So that really taught me a lot about working out properly and kind of not just going to the gym and winging it and doing some stuff here and there, like actually having a focused plan. So that changed a lot as to how my exercise schedule changed, because I would kind of just go do this and that. And while it was great and I was still getting exercise, I wasn't really meeting the goals that I wanted to meet in terms of getting to a physical conditioning that I wanted to. So getting on a structure like that definitely helped for sure. Mm-hmm. And then from there, after seeing the results and knowing you can kind of get to that point, that definitely keeps you motivated to keep it going and keep up with a consistent routine. So, yeah.
Right. And after the birth of your daughter in 2008, you got more serious about being fit. Tell us how giving birth impacted the way you looked at health and fitness.
Oh, well, lots of things. Anyone that's had a baby knows that your body's definitely not the same after. There's definitely some soft spots there that you're like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to go back? So it definitely changed my mindset. But at the same time, with, getting into the shape I was able to get in, I was like, okay, well, being a mom is not an excuse to, not being in shape and not having not being happy with yourself physically. So it was, just a lot of hard work and a lot more challenging in terms of scheduling your time to be able to work out and take care of yourself, because with a lot of moms, they just put themselves last on the list. And, in doing that, then obviously your own health and wellness slides as well. So it's, putting in that time to make sure you can take care of yourself as well, for sure.
You stepped on stage for a fitness competition only 7 months after your daughter was born. That must have been tough. What was that like?
It was very tough because, I felt like I was competing against these 20-year-olds that, had a lot more time on their hands than I did and, didn't have to fight against, a post-baby body and stuff. So, yeah, I was super proud with what I had accomplished in such a short amount of time. Like I said, it was something I never even thought I would do, but I was getting such great results with the trainer that I was working with that she's like, have you ever thought about fitness competitions? I'm like, no, I never even, like that whole arena never even had crossed my mind. I knew nothing about the industry at the time and, about training to do one. So, no, it was a great wake-up call and it was a great experience. And, I don't regret it at all. So it's
amazing,
fun.
amazing. On your blog, you write about why you eventually quit competing and how you found balance in your life. What advice can you give to those watching who feel overwhelmed with everything that's going on and are looking for that place where they can feel balanced?
Well, it took me a while to kind of get to a spot where I could find that balance. And everyone's completely different with what their life circumstances are. But I don't know, for me, it was just about being a good example for my girls. And, I don't really want them to grow up thinking that they have to have a perfect kind of outward appearance to be happy with themselves and happy and have other people be happy with them. So a lot of it was just, kind of some soul searching. And the training program was great and everything, but, being a mom, I just found it super hard to kind of, especially when you get close to competing, just, you're low on carbs. It's hard to do your day-to-day function sometimes. You're completely brain dead a lot of the time. And I'm like, I can't really function like this and try and take care of my daughter. Well, now I have a second one too. So, I don't regret doing it. I think it was a great experience, and hats off to anyone that does it and continues to do it, because I know what's involved. It's super, super hard work. But for me, it just kind of became with my personality, I think, because I'm very type A, it kind of just became too consuming and became too much of my life that I kind of just needed to take a step back from it and use kind of what I learned going forward in terms of health and nutrition, but kind of just maybe not be that strict in terms of diet and things like that. And I'm a lot happier of a person when I have more balanced food and, still work out quite a bit, but not to the, intensity that you have to go to stage and that sort of thing. So
without competitions, deadlines and recognition that comes with fitness competitions, how do you stay motivated and driven to do what you do today?
Well, I'm actually going to be doing, I am going to do a competition, but it's not like a fitness competition, and it's basically a race called Tough Mudder. So that's coming up at the end of June, basically next month. So that's kind of helped to keep me motivated. It's kind of like a big obstacle race. And there's a lot of different obstacles, and there's running, and so you have to have strength and stamina and endurance and all that sort of thing. So that's kind of an event that's been obviously at the back of my mind when I'm at the gym and stuff and training for that. But in addition to that, I don't know, I just find right now I'm self-motivated, maybe because I'm just seeing the results, because my second daughter is 9 months. She just turned 9 months. So I feel like I've come a really long way kind of recovering from that birth and getting back in shape. So kind of just being at the gym every day and seeing my progress just kind of just keeps me going. And I mean, like anybody, I have some days where I don't want to go, but I just go anyway. And of course, I feel better after, so it's worth it.
Fantastic. And today you are looking to inspire other moms to get back into shape. What is the one most common misconception about getting and staying fit as a mom?
I think women, to get in a certain amount of shape, I think they have to live at the gym, but it's totally not true, because realistically with me, like most of the time I'm taking my girls to the gym. So I don't really cannot be at the gym for longer than an hour and a half, because they're at the gym daycare, and I'm not going to be there all day, and you kind of have a time limit for that. So it's about kind of getting in there and doing the most effective workouts you can do in a short amount of time. And, to take care of yourself, it doesn't, require you to, be at the gym all day and be cooking all day and this sort of thing. Like, I think people don't realize how easy it really is, but I think moms just get very overwhelmed with life in general, that to them it's just kind of another thing on the list that might stress them out. But once you actually incorporate it into your lifestyle and kind of make it part of your lifestyle, then it's just another thing you do each day, like, brushing your teeth and doing your hair, right? So once you get in that habit, it's easy, but I think for a lot of moms, it's just overwhelming to really think about getting there. But hopefully with kind of showing women what my crazy hectic schedule is, because, one of my girls is 4 and the other one's 9 months, but I still managed to get there and get things done. So hopefully that inspires other moms to know that if I can do it, they can do it. So
what's the one experience you are most grateful for this far in your fitness journey, and why?
Most grateful for, I think just about, I don't know. I've just learned so much in terms of how to train. Like, that's just changed my results so dramatically. I've tried lots of different kind of training methods, and like just learning how to train properly has just made my results, like, just like I said, how before I would kind of go to the gym on and off and on and off. But just learning how to train properly and use weights has been huge. Women are still, like, so many women out there are just so scared to lift weights still. The only women in my gym anyway that I see that are lifting weights are kind of the fit girls, and then the rest of the women are kind of just on the cardio machine. So there's still a lot of education out there that I think needs to be taught to women that are intimidated, picking up weights and kind of walking around the weight room. So yes, that's been one of them for sure.
Kristine, you've shared some great insight. For people who are wanting to learn more about you, where can they go online?
Well, my website is busybuthealthy.com. And most of what I've been sharing more recently is the healthy, quick recipes, because people seem to really like those. So
Great.
I try to there and post as many recipes as I can. And then on Facebook, the recipe page is Busy But Healthy Recipe Club. And I also have a health and fitness page that's Kristine Fretwell Health and Fitness. So on the health and fitness page, I share more fitness motivation and fitness insight. And on the recipe club page, it's all the recipes and food tidbits and such.
Great. And I will make sure to put all the links below this video.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Is there anything else you would like to cover today that you feel we've missed?
No, I think I'm good. Just my best piece of advice would be to strive for progress, not perfection.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of women out there are just trying to get that perfect body, but it's kind of within you to work with what you got, and as long as you're making progress with yourself, then you're doing great. And don't beat yourself up, because a lot of women are just too hard on themselves. Like, you're getting in there and doing the work, and you're seeing some progress, so be proud of yourself and just keep at it.
Thank you so much, Kristine. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks, Miriam. Thanks for having me.
You're most welcome. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.